Happy Father's Day, June 19th, 2022. Ultimate Traders, Reddit, Nathan from Queens, video 2. I'm hitting you guys over with 3 videos. This video is the state of the market. Now, a lot of people are asking me, are we at the bottom? Are we near a bottom? What do you think? I'm just trying to be as honest as possible. Like I said, right now is June 19th. July 10th, we have another CPI reading. Towards the end of July, I already expect another 0.75 hike. The big thing about this reading is it's supposed to be 7.6% on inflation, but I believe it's going to be 8% or higher. So if it is 8% or higher, we're going to see another 0.75 hike in September. What does that tell us? And remember, the third week of July, second quarter earnings starts to kick off. So if you already know bad news is coming, July 10th CPI, third week of July earnings, possible another 0.75 in September. Because the way it's looking right now, we're getting another 0.75 in July, and we just got a 0.75 this past Wednesday. So that's why I can say that we have not seen the bottom. You cannot time the perfect bottom, but we have not seen the bottom. Why is that? Now, a lot of people don't seem to understand the stock market, all right? The stock market is a live auction that opens every single day. Well, not on the weekends and holidays. It's closed tomorrow, but pretty much generally we're open every single weekday. So pretend that you believe that Apple has hit a bottom at 130, let's say, or let's say 125. Next week, June 25th, let's say, Apple hit 125. Since you put 125 as a bottom price, and let's just say that you set S&P 3,400, NASDAQ low 10,500, and you had these figures in your head. Apple hit that 125 June 25th. Remember, the stock market is a live auction traded on sentiment. Luckily, you know what? Apple, for that moment, did hit a bottom. You were correct. You're still holding Apple. Apple right now was 128 or 130, July 9th. But July 10th, CPI numbers come in absolutely atrocious. 8.2. Your Apple that you held was 128. You got it at 125. You didn't sell at 130. July 9th, it closed at 128. What is the sentiment going to be at 8:30 in the morning on July 10th? It's going to be negative. So what does that mean? Apple falls below 125. S&P, wherever it's at, falls below. One thing that a lot of people need to remember, a stock price is a reference point of where it closed at yesterday. It doesn't mean that is the actual value of a company. That is what its perceived value is. So right now, people perceive Tesla to be 650 or change. That could change drastically next week. That is, the stock price is a price that anyone can sell, that I can sell, you could sell, your friends can sell, insiders could sell, the company could even print. But that's perception. It doesn't mean that the actual company is worth that. What happens is over time, the stock price tends to go into actual value created by the company. Or if it's not created by the company, it collapses. I say that, and I say it's very important because the stock price is a reference point. It is a reference point. It does not mean that it's really worth that amount. Like Redbox Revlon. Revlon was trading as high as $5. The company's in bankruptcy. It is not worth $5. It's not even worth pennies. It's not even worth pennies. It is trading at 3 and change now because a lot of retail is pumping into it. The stock market is a live auction. They perceive it to have value. Even if a company decides to buy it, they will buy it in bankruptcy court. I am telling you, they will buy in bankruptcy court, and I'm going to explain it to you. Right now, Revlon has $3.5 billion in debt. $3.5 billion in debt. They will not be making money anytime soon. If you buy the company now, before bankruptcy proceedings, you will be expected to pay $3.5 billion, the debt, because it hasn't gone through bankruptcy court. So why would anyone be that dumb to buy it before the bankruptcy proceedings? Okay, you would buy it after the bankruptcy proceedings. The people that own the most debt, the first in line, will take over the company. They will likely sell it to whoever wants to buy it. And maybe that's going to happen at 1 billion or 1.5 billion. That I don't know. But what I do know is not getting bought out with $3.5 billion in debt. And the reason why Redbox got bought out, they can't pay $300 plus in debt. Their bonds cannot be paid for. Whoever owns their bonds does not want their money. And by the way, on Friday, and you could look it up, 1 million shares printed on Redbox through warrants. And I'm sure they were dumped to insanely genius retail. But this I'm just trying to say it's very important to see what's going on. We got bad news coming. Bad news coming. So don't believe what they're trying to tell you on TV. Don't believe in the head fakes. Actually, people on TV have finally, maybe they've read my posts. Maybe they've seen my videos. They are finally succumbing to understanding that we are likely headed to a recession. Only I'm saying we're in a recession. Earnings are finally coming down, which I've said since February, and people are waking up to reality. I'm a reality trader. So what I think is going to happen, because it's only June 19th, that we're going to have a 0.75 rate hike in July. CPI is going to be bad, forcing possibly another 0.75 hike in September. So that's going to be 3.75s in a row. Horrible. Earnings are not going to be so good in July. In fact, I think that majority of companies on the S&P are going to get a 60, not a 65. So 65 is when you're in line or you beat out 3% on top and bottom line. 60 is you slightly miss either the top or the bottom. Not both, but the top or the bottom. You cannot beat on top line, miss on bottom line, and get a 65. You're not getting passing grade if you miss one of two numbers. You get a failing grade. So that's what I think is going to happen with this earnings. Earnings are going to be revised down, and hopefully inflation will come down by September. And September will be the last 0.75 hike. Hopefully we get 0.25 hikes after. Earnings are not so good in July. All the analysts cut. They revise down, and then our companies beat third week of October. That is the best case scenario. If we get a scenario like that, I'm going to be a big bull and buy when everything drops. Now, I will not know the exact bottom, but I will know when we're about to turn. Right now, we are not about to turn. I was just reading on Twitter how people were saying, oh, that was the bottom. Crypto was rallying after a huge fall yesterday on the 18th on Saturday. Crypto is rolling off the low, and they're saying this is the end. No, this is not the end. This is not even the beginning. We got 1.75 hike. We got 1.5 hike. We're going to see possibly 2 more 0.75 hikes. Our company's going to miss earnings. Energy is going through the roof. Inflation is still high. How are you saying this is the bottom? Wake up. Be careful what FUD people want to feed you. And this is the state of the market, July 19th, 2022. Ultimate Traders Reddit.